Hey everybody, I'm going to show you how to remove your brake booster slash master cylinder unit on a Gen 3 Montero. That's 2001 and 2006. This is a 2001 limited. As you can see, it's got the black round ball type of accumulator because this does not have traction control. On a 2003 to 2006, this will be like a big silver cylinder for the brake accumulator. But the procedure is identical for removing this entire unit. And the main reason why you would probably be removing this is because the motor underneath, located on the bottom of the unit, has gone bad and you need to replace the motor. So anyways, to do that, you're going to have your battery and battery tray here. Mine looks a little different because I don't have the battery tray in here, obviously. But the first thing you're going to do is there's this clip, this big wire harness that's clipped onto a piece of metal coming off the battery tray. And if you just get a screwdriver in here on this tab, you'll be able to lift this wire harness off of that mount. So that'll give you some room to move it out of the way, because you're going to need to remove the brake lines that are going into the booster. There's 4 of them, 1, 2, and then on this side, 3, 4. Now, if you can, spray these down with some penetrating fluid a day or so in advance. You'll want to have a rag tucked underneath when you disconnect the brake hoses, because you're going to lose some fluid. It's going to drip out, and brake fluid is nasty stuff. It ruins everything. It'll take the paint off for sure. So put something down underneath it. So next, there are 4 brake lines. As you can see, I've already started removing them. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the key is not to just use any wrench. Get a flare wrench set. It's a number 10 is what you're going to need. And you can see what a flare wrench does is it's got extra sides on this wrench, so it makes it less likely that you're going to round off the nut on the fitting, which is pretty easy to do on brake lines. And anyways, it works great for this. These 4 all came out without a problem. So the next thing, there's some wire harnesses on the side. Looks like 1, 2, and 3. So just go ahead and disconnect those. Man, those wire harnesses were really tight on there, and access is a little tight to get your hands in. So I ended up just putting some extra pressure on the tab with a screwdriver as I pulled it backwards with the other hand to get all these off. This one you have to be a little careful with so you don't break the mount on the top of the reservoir. All right, so now you can come from underneath where your brake pedal is, go behind there, and that's what you will see. And all you have here are 4, looks like either 12 or 14 millimeter nuts at each corner holding the booster to the firewall. And then you have this clip here, kind of like a cotter pin, that goes around a pin going through the brake arm at the back of the pedal. So just pull that pin, the cotter pin, then push out the main pin that goes through the metal, and with those 4 nuts removed, you will be able to pull the booster out from the other side. Okay, that should be everything. 4 brake lines, 3 wire harnesses, 4 bolts in the pin. So we should just be able to, oh, I was wrong. There's an extra wire harness back here that I didn't see. There we go. 4 wire harnesses actually. Didn't see that one. Just gotta fish this thing out of the brake lines. And when I have a bucket or a pan handy to put this thing down in, since it's gonna be dripping a little bit. All right, so here's the unit, and just to recap how we uninstalled it, there's 2 brake lines there, 2 brake lines on the side, and then you've got your wire harnesses, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then coming in on the cabin, 4 12 millimeter nuts, and then there's a cross pin here that locks it to the brake pedal with like a cotter pin that you pull out. So that's it. Very simple to remove this unit. And again, the two pieces most likely to fail are the accumulator, but the good thing about the accumulator is you won't need to remove this entire booster assembly to replace the accumulator. It just unscrews from the top, and you don't even have to bleed your brakes. So that's super easy. This black ball, like grenade kind, is for 0102s without traction control. 03 to 06 has the tall silver cylinder, which we sell at lusaoverland.com. And then the other part is the motor, which you can now see under there. And those, you know, I've seen a lot of guys on eBay that rebuild them, and you send in your core, I think, and then they rebuild them. You can buy like a reman one, basically. So there you go. That is brake booster removal. Thanks for watching, you guys.